I think a lot of people are more so, they think what we're asking for is, I think there's some miscommunication about what women's professional athletes expect versus, it's not like we want equal money as the men, not even like equal facilities. Like we kind of know our role, like, but at the end of the day, if someone could literally just spend all of their time and resources like you guys do, like training and playing, the product of women's hockey would be a lot better because many more athletes would be able to do that, in my opinion. I'm obviously not at my peak performance right now because I'm working all day long and then I'm, going to skate once a week. Obviously, your people watching are probably not going to be super impressed with what they see. So that's kind of my first initial take on that.
Yeah, I gotta keep it trendy on my soul. I'm the most selfish person that I know. Here we go, down the rabbit hole. Got a couple carrots round my neck. Self-respect, when you out of line, you put yourself in check.
Welcome to the Keller and Kess Show.
I'm Megan Keller.
And I'm Amanda Kessel. Now for today's sponsor, Alpha Elite Athletics, a new brand Megs and I have been rocking and are fully obsessed. We can't go anywhere without rocking our athlete gear, whether it's for a workout at the gym or watching playoff hockey on the couch. Alpha Elite was founded on the principle of being proud but never satisfied, and you should feel the same when it comes to high-quality, performance-driven apparel. Months are spent perfecting each design to make you feel confident and comfortable in every step you take. With a wide variety of collections to choose from, you ladies are sure to find workout and athleisure apparel that works as hard as you do. From Alpha Lux's soft bras and bottoms to their incredibly flexible Surface collection, all the way to their breathable, form-fitting, seamless line, including their iconic Amplify leggings and shorts. With new products dropping monthly, look no further than Alpha Elite for all your summer essentials. Head to athleteathletics.com to see what everyone is talking about. New customers can use the code ALPHAPROS15 for 15% off their first purchase. That's alphaeliteathletics.com. A new customer code ALPHAPROS15, all caps, at checkout for 15% off your entire first order today. You can rep the same Megs, same sweatshirts the Megs and I are repping today.
Welcome back to the Keller and Kess Show. I hope you guys enjoyed our most recent episode with Maddie Rooney. We learned a lot about her shopping addiction, the ex-boyfriends, and obviously winning gold at the young age of 20. It was awesome to have her on. Lots of laughs. Sorry, I just got my computer's on 5%. Kess and I.
You can't make this
all
shit
right.
up.
We're plugged in, but Kess and I are going to catch up, and then our next guest on this episode, we have Haley Skarupa returning to the pod for a couple of hot takes, controversial topics. She gets into it with me and Kess, so stay tuned and look forward to having you guys hear that. But for now, Kess and I have to catch up a little bit. How you've been doing, Kess? What have you been up to?
I've been good. Working, going into the office, doing, my light, fun workouts for right now. Not getting back into anything heavy, so I've been doing
Lots of stairs, lots of ISOs.
my circuits.
Yep.
Yeah, I love them.
Those aren't light, people. Like, for those listening, Kess's light little circuits did me in for a few days of soreness.
Crippled
I
Megs
couldn't
for a
walk.
week.
Yeah, my calves. Which that came to be known about at Worlds recently. That I don't know if all the Kessels do, but like you have some crazy calves, and you wouldn't expect it because you look like a little pipsqueak. But
That's where I hold my muscle in my calves,
in the calves,
Can't help it. But speaking of calves, I got them, I think, my mom has decent ones, maybe my dad, but my grandma, who I just went and visited,
Graham has some big
Graham
calves.
has unbelievable calves. Like, I don't know what it's from, but I've always noticed them. She still has them at her older age here. But yeah, I saw her in Madison, Wisconsin this last weekend, where I was born and raised. Hadn't been back there in quite some time. Saw my old houses. Did a tour of the town, went down to University of Madison, Wisconsin.
Oh,
Didn't obviously go
How'd that
there,
go?
but like, it's an unbelievable campus for
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, like right on the lake. There's just so pretty, like the buildings going up there, all the new dorms and everything, and then the bars. My cousin's manager, of one of the bars down there, State Street Brats, which is like a pretty big time bar there.
Didn't some of our teammates run into him?
Oh
Some of
yeah,
our teammates that go to Wisconsin.
yep. Abby
I feel
Rock,
like we heard about this.
Jesse Comfer. They've been making a few pit stops there, and he had to stop serving
You
people.
better tell them stay away
I know. I told them.
for his sake.
I think like they were saying he was cute, and I'm like, he's way too nice for you guys. So don't even talk
You're like,
to
back
him.
off.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a great trip, and now back home in Pittsburgh and getting ready for the work week and enjoying some nice weather finally.
Yeah, it's finally getting nice out. I'm ready for summer.
Me too. Trying to get a tan.
Yeah, I know. Usually, Kess is like big into getting the tan early. You know?
But when you're in the office, you don't get much color out here.
Oh, when you have a
so-
real job.
Yeah.
Kess has a real job.
Try to get out on my lunch breaks.
A quick little story. We are doing a panel for EA Sports at one of our rivalry series games in Seattle. Me, Kendall, Hillary, Kess, talking to a group of young girls, hockey players, and we're getting little bios and stuff, talking a little bit about ourselves. And what was there was a question. It was like, do you guys have other jobs or something? Right?
Yeah.
And what'd you say?
I was like, well,
Under
I was
the
like,
bus.
Meg is the only one without a real job. But
Yeah, she's like, I mean, 3 of us up here have real jobs. And I was like, what? Shots fired, just throwing me under the bus. But
you got a real
the
job.
moral of the story was that hockey should be able to be our real job,
Yep.
right? And we kind of talk about this with Haley coming on the pod, I feel like,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly.
Yeah. It is a real job, but it's just that like more people should be able to do it instead of 20 girls in the country. It's nothing like sitting at a desk, though. I can tell you that. So keep
Yeah, how has that been?
keep playing hockey. No, it's good. I enjoy it a lot. Definitely.
I mean, you're still involved in the game. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
I'm learning every day. It's just so different, but it's surrounding like what I love to do. So it really doesn't feel really like work. Besides being in an office, so it's been awesome.
yeah, that is awesome. What have I been up to? I've been, I went to the Zach Bryan concert since we've last talked.
And
He's unbelievable.
was he
You got to see him. Yeah.
like the same
He's
in
just so
person?
good. Oh, better.
Really?
Yeah, it's just like one of those good concerts. Like everybody in the crowd sang every word to all of his songs.
Yeah. Was it outside?
No, which outside would have
Yeah.
kind of made it better. I feel like that type of music, but also he just like is like thanking the crowd the whole time. Like you can just tell he's like in disbelief that this many people are coming out to hear him sing his songs.
Yeah.
Like he just seems like a cool guy. And you know how Boston like area like mass names of cities are like weird and hard to pronounce.
Yeah.
And so we played in Worcester and it's spelled like Worcester, and he kept like trying to say it and was getting it so wrong. He's like, whoever named this city is an asshole. Like he'd be like Worcester. Like he couldn't get it. Yeah. He was like saying like that.
Yeah.
But it was funny.
I still do that too, so I feel that.
Yeah. It was crazy though. Like it was one of the most packed concerts
Sold
I've been
out.
in.
It had to be, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How much were
The
the
lines
tickets?
for so he's a man of the people and he hates Ticketmaster, how they resell tickets for like an absurd amount of money. So you had to enter a lottery in order to get tickets.
Okay.
So we all entered and I was like, I'm going to go for Red Rocks. I want to see a concert at Red Rocks so badly. He would be unreal. But obviously didn't get that. Everybody and their mothers were probably trying to get that.
Yeah.
Skarupa, who we have on next, she was the only one out of 4 of us who like won the lottery to get tickets.
Wow.
So they were like $150. They were normal price, couldn't be raised. They could only be like resold for the same price you got it. But
That's awesome.
I know concert tickets are getting crazy.
Yeah.
Like Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Also, like she would be unreal to see. She's kind of like a generational.
Yeah.
Even if you're not like the biggest fan of her music, her concerts have been insane.
Yeah. You've never seen her?
No.
Same.
Have you?
No. And I like her. Like, I wouldn't say I'm a Swiftie, but like, she's just, somebody I feel like I have to see in my lifetime.
Yeah. I mean, she's performing for like 4 hours straight. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And like in pouring rain. She was just at Gillette
Yeah.
in Boston, and it was literally downpour one of the nights.
Saw that. Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
next summer I'll see her. I saved up for Morgan Wallen.
Me too.
Yep.
Hope we get to go. We'll see.
I know.
I may need to book it after camp.
He was canceled in Pittsburgh, so
Oh,
he's
yeah.
rescheduled for the end of August. Yeah.
What date?
I don't know exactly.
Because maybe if I can't make Fenway,
Yeah. You can come to Pitt.
can I come to Pitt?
Yeah. It's probably cheaper.
Probably.
Yeah.
Fenway is kind of iconic.
Yeah.
What else is new? We got Memorial Day weekend coming up. We got Vegas trip
Yeah.
in the books.
T minus less than 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I'm not tan or in shape for that one, but I'll have a good cover up there.
We're gonna be at the pool. It's gonna be like 90 degrees.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be
Yeah.
in your Alpha Elite crew neck.
Yeah.
How about these? Actually,
I'll rock this in the casino.
so comfy.
Yeah.
I like your color.
This is a
I
good.
do like this color though too.
I probably would wear that color more. So
What size did you get?
I don't know.
We could switch.
Yeah. I'll have to check it out. Or maybe we can get it.
I don't know them. Confession. I think I got a stain on mine already.
Oh no. Yeah, you can't have light colors, Meg.
No.
Meg is a
If you're
stain
listening,
queen.
Alpha Elite, please send me darker colors because I just spill on myself.
Yeah.
My Mimi. That's who I get it from, and my mom. It's like my mom's side of the family.
You got to put the bib
Mimi
on.
and her,
Yeah,
they always end up with something down the front of them.
You got to tuck the napkin in.
I know. I need a bib.
Yep. Maybe they can make a bib for you. Clip on. Any
Yeah, that would be
listeners, you're
nice.
listening, send Meg a bib. If you guys have any suggestions of anybody you want to hear or any topics that you want to hear about, just shoot us a message on the account and we'll get back to you. Or our manager, Danny, will get back to you. He's usually on there. But thank you guys for all the support so far. We're kind of revamping and figuring out which direction we want to go, but it's been awesome so far. And thank you for thank you for chugging along with us while we've gone through some learning curves.
Yes, thank you. Sorry, we've had some giggles tonight, so thank you for bearing with us. We appreciate all of your support and hope that you guys enjoy this next hot take episode with my lovely roommate, Haley Skarupa, our first guest that has been welcomed back
Is this
or has chosen to come
is
back.
this our
basically.
third? No,
Is it her third?
maybe second.
I think it's second.
Okay.
But anyways, make sure to like and subscribe wherever you're listening. Follow us on Instagram, Keller and Kess Show, and TorchPro's YouTube channel. We also have Keller and Kess Show merch, torchpro.com. And make sure you check out Alpha Elite. They got some comfy clothes. Kess and I will be rocking it. And enjoy.
All right, we're back with our first recurring guest. We had a lot of heat coming off of Haley Skarupa's first episode. The fans were loving it. They were raving. You're hilarious, so we had to have you back. Your hot takes are something that I love, and this week I saw this tweet that got me riled up. It was kind of like, F women, like, what is, like, women just think that they should be paid all this money, yet they don't bring any revenue in sports, like, and it just burned inside. People don't understand, like, how we think about it, everything that goes into the background on it.
Yeah, I mean, I have a full-time job. I skate only with Meg
Slinging
because
software.
I'm slinging sass and giving her some light resistance at Conti Forum once bi-weekly. So, yeah, I think a lot of people are more so they think what we're asking for is I think there's some miscommunication about what women's professional athletes expect versus, it's not like we want equal money as the men, not even like equal facilities. Like we kind of know our role, but at the end of the day, if someone could literally just spend all of their time and resources like you guys do, like training and playing, the product of women's hockey would be a lot better because many more athletes would be able to do that, in my opinion. I'm obviously not at my peak performance right now because I'm working all day long and then I'm, going to skate once a week. Obviously, your people watching are probably not going to be super impressed with what they see. So that's kind of my first initial take on that.
Yeah, and the other thing is, like, one, I think it's, like, misconstrued that, like, we want millions, right? It's like you just want enough money to be able to, like you
focus all your time on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and not be able to, have to go and eat at McDonald's, like maybe I can go to Starbucks and not Dunkin' Donuts because they gave us gift cards for 6 years worth, so it's
also like more than just about the money.
Yeah,
like, we don't even have the resources. I think a lot of people don't understand that when we're away from our national teams and in our pro setting, like, we live and train on our own. We have to find resources and people who are willing to help us.
Yes.
I'm lucky enough to skate at BC with my old college coach, and Haley comes, but like, ice is expensive, and technically we should have to pay for our own ice, our own practice slots, our own skills coaches, our own off-ice training. Like, that adds up to a lot. We don't have a consistent schedule or home base where we're able to have a noon practice every day as a team. We're all doing this on our own.
Yeah, I know. I was just talking the adults. We had a chalk talk with just like women adults who are around here who are big hockey fans, and the conversation of like, well, what is the balance of people who are playing on the national team and professionally, and people who are like working and professionally. And I'm just like, imagine you have like no infrastructure for your job and like you're not really getting paid much, and you're expected to be the best. Like, you go to the office, your office is like a shed or like some barn. You don't have a
Find an
computer.
office.
Yeah, you're getting
find
paid.
your own.
Yeah, like literally go find your own office. You might have to pay to go there. And also we expect you to be the best. Like, and we're gonna criticize you if anything goes awry.
Yeah.
It's like, imagine that for your like day-to-day job. It's like they still show up every single day and like are their absolute, like doing their absolute best. Like, the level of discipline, especially now, like on the outside looking in, I'm still so like,
Yeah.
I can get pretty frustrated with that.
That's a good point. It's like, obviously we're not doctors, but it's like, yes, imagine you had like a doctor was like, oh, like, go practice your craft, like,
Yeah.
go find something. You're not really gonna have a lot of
Here's
money
some
to,
rusted tweezers, and you gotta go perform open heart surgery. Good luck. Have fun.
Sometimes
By the
it
way,
looks like that out there for us.
by the way, you may or may not get paid. We're not sure. Like, wait a few months, and you might get a direct
years.
deposit. Yeah, it might go to someone else's bank account, though. We're not sure because we didn't do that correctly.
Yeah,
Never ends.
It's a struggle. Like, I mean, obviously we love it, but it's just like,
And it has come a long way, I will say.
Yes.
Like, it has. And like, credit to you guys who are like still full-time hockey, especially you. You've been, going at it for a while, and you just are still like performing as well as you do. I think that's just, super impressive. And I think it just goes to show like, you guys are still leading the way, like there are younger players, but that core group is really that group who has like paved the way and has stayed there. And I think that's just a testament to like how far the sport has come, and you're really setting the bar high for those like next players to come like, hey, we're paving this way for you, but you better like, live up to the expectation type
we've
thing.
been on the rockiest road. Like, been off-roading our entire career. Hopefully they
Completely
get a
rogue.
smooth road. But yeah, it's like the people, like, I don't know how many rinks, like, I'm so grateful for all like the people, but like how many rinks have helped me out, like I would be in debt probably for life. Like if I was actually paying for all of the ice time and the coaches and training, it's just like,
I know the amount of like 30 rack of beers that you've gotten for like a coach who's like giving you free ice or, you know, run you through some skills over the summers and like off seasons and stuff. Like, God, the amount of times that's happened.
gyms, like
Yeah.
We have to rely on the relationships that we've built over the years.
Yeah, God bless Mike Boyle. Honestly,
Seriously.
yeah, the amount of like money he's probably lost
His
by
gym
us
is a
just going there for
revolving
free.
door for women's hockey players
Yeah.
and female athletes in general.
Yeah, but he just gets it just because the amount of support we've gotten from him and like how great he's been, and he appreciates like just the work ethic and, you know, with what we're given, how much you guys still the output. So very thankful for him as well in the off ice space.
That's one thing actually a lot of like coaches and trainers and everybody says when they come to work with our USA team or PWHPA or just us as individual athletes every time. Like they're like, wow, like you guys just like work so hard day in and day out and enjoy every little bit of it, even when like times are tough. Like they really enjoy their experience working with us. And I think that's because a lot of the times, like, this is all we had. Like, we're not looking for, like, handouts.
Yeah.
You know? We are still doing it for so long because we love the game. Like, we're not.
Especially, getting someone from so, like, a professional scene. We're just grateful that, you know, someone came and is actually,
somebody
like,
who's qualified.
dropping some real knowledge and, like, giving us real support. We're like, thank you. And then they go away and we're like, no, come back.
Yeah.
Please come back.
Yeah, that happens quite a bit.
And
Yeah.
it's like the marketing side of it. That's never talked about. I think that's where like people miss out. And I know like my brothers, like I've had people that are close to me where it's like it's so hard to explain to them that it's like,
Oh, it's awful.
Like nobody comes to your games. It's like nobody knows about them. If people if they didn't know about your games, nobody would be there either.
Oh yeah, for like some of your USA hockey games still, I'll literally just like text when you guys be like, what time are you playing? Because I'm not even going to go through the rabbit hole of trying to look online. Like sometimes USA Hockey will post like game day and it's just a picture, but that's really it. I'm like, is there a time or like where I can watch this? Like I think just recently they started to put the actual time of the game and when you can watch it on the actual post. And I'll like go on Twitter.
Zone.
I'm Googling USA Hockey women's team game today. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, I just got to ask someone because I can't even deal with this right now.
Well, our schedule's so inconsistent and we're playing in a million different places that we're not just in a consistent city the entire year where people know we're going to be at any given day of the week. So you actually need to market our games. And when you do and put money into that, like people will show up. We had 15,000 in Seattle, which broke the record.
I know. That was awesome.
And the games are so fun to play in. And I feel like all we hear is from the fans is how awesome of an atmosphere it was. And we feel the same about it.
Where can we see you again? And it's like we'll be like they'll see us around their city and be like, whoa, what are you doing here? And it's like they'll live next door to the arena, have no idea that we're playing there the next day. So it's like
you might see like a flyer, you know, like a lost dog sign pretty much, like on the side of the road. Yeah, I think even like, I mean, I feel like the women's national soccer team has like even their own separate like social media channels because it gets so lost in like, you know, the women's hockey team, like the Olympic team has a game. By the way, here's like a learn to play post, you know, oh, and congrats to this like former U18 kid who just got drafted. It's like it gets lost. And I think even Hockey Canada, even though obviously we don't like them, they have their own like side of like social media where people can just go there for like only that information. It's just like little things like that actually do make a difference, in my opinion. So
it's a 5%, I think, of total like of media coverage. Like it's somewhere around there. 5% is like covered. Women's sports is covered.
Yeah.
Like so, people just don't see it, and I think that people lose sight that like it's not marketed, it's not out there, and I think like you said before, it's like do we think that we have the same product as men? Like no, like
it's still exciting.
Yes.
And fun to watch, and we build rivalries. Like I think we have one of the best rivalries in all of sports.
Yeah, at the highest level, it's so fun to watch. Like now, even like as a fan, like really look forward to your rivalry series games. You know, it like gets me through my work day 'cause I'm like, oh, I get to go watch the game. It's so fun to watch. Obviously, it helps that I'm such good friends with you guys. But yeah, like the game has come so far. Like you want that, especially those games. Like that has to be out there for like the young kids who either play or don't play, so they like, you know, can see something that they want to aspire to. We were talking about it. Like, imagine if you were a young kid and you had a clinic where like women's Olympic athletes were running it when you were a kid. Like, obviously, I never had that. It was all NHL players. That would be so cool.
I didn't either.
Something to look up to. Yeah. So that's
the first like high level elite like women's hockey game that I saw was on my official visit at
I know.
Boston
We were
College.
talking about that too.
That is crazy.
Because in Michigan, like there's no Division
College,
I college team.
Yeah.
And I don't think like the US team ever came when I was around. So like that was
Same.
it. I saw it in the Olympics in 2010.
Yeah, that was the
but
first
on
time I watched
TV.
it too.
That is wild.
But my official visit, I was like, I didn't even realize that I had never seen like in person a like high level women's hockey game until then.
Yeah, I was also a junior in high school when I saw my first. Yeah, and it was like the 2010 Olympics because at that point the U18 team was like overlapping with the national team. So I was like, oh, I know these people, so I'll watch.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it was like in the Olympics till probably like 2006. Was that one of them? And I don't think I watched it. Like I also
that was like,
I was also horrible at hockey and like really had no aspirations to play at that age. But like,
And now you're an Olympian.
now you made it.
play a lot of sports, kids, because you don't know which one you'll fall into. Yeah, it's crazy. It's insane.
It's come a long way. But it is the people that like continue to like just put in, I mean, some big efforts, but some small efforts that make the difference. Just thinking like I did a panel with Mika Zibanejad, and he like at one point he had opened a restaurant in Sweden and like was giving back, I think maybe it was like $1 of like every burger that people bought at the restaurant to the women's hockey program in Sweden because they were like not
that's
getting
sweet.
equipment and like that's huge and it's just so important and like
I know.
inspiring to see that.
And then people are like so frustrated. Well, it's like it's always U.S. Canada. Like, you know, why? It's like, well, because you have Mika Zibanejad giving back, you know, money he's selling from burgers to the Swedish women's national team, so they have no resources until you know what I mean.
Yeah,
It's
if they
like
had the infrastructure and the support, like they would be a great
exactly.
country. And their U18 team is actually doing really well in recent years, so maybe they'll get back there. But a lot of like countries and delegations, I feel like just fall through the cracks of support.
Yeah. Did you guys ever go to the high performance camps?
Yes.
That was I low key loved it, but like don't think I could ever do
beep
that.
test?
Oh yeah.
I
Oh.
was running the beep
I
test
haven't
in
ever heard
France
this.
next to me is in jean shorts and Converse.
Yeah, we had a.
They're going to like level 12.
Yeah, we had a France girl. People were
were
like taking their shirts off because it was really hot in this gym, and they had like sports bras on. Our French girl just had a regular bra on. I literally almost dropped to the floor. And we were like 15. I was like, this has got to be. Joel Johnson was one of our coaches. I was like, this has to be illegal. Like, there's no way. But we were in Bratislava, Slovakia, so there's like stray dogs around.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah,
I
I
was
went
in
so hard in
Virmaki,
that
Finland.
test. Oh, you.
We did a high ropes course.
It was like,
I wasn't around when I was growing up.
yeah, that was a new. I don't know if it's still. It might still be, but that was like to grow the game, and
like
we
were always the
That is
U.S.
so
and Canada
funny.
were the oldest players there. Like we were. It was after our last year of U18s. We were
Yeah.
18. Everybody else there was like 14, 15. So we were like,
That's kind of cool though.
it was a cool concept. Execution was not great.
Oh, I think we were the first year that it happened, and it was an absolute dumpster fire. It was absurd, and the
God.
older girls stayed at
Do
like
they
a
have
normal.
video from this? Like,
Oh, I have so
footage?
many. Oh, I do. I don't know if people do. I
nice
have
to see
personal
this.
footage. This is like pre-Snapchat,
have
but I was
not
like, I can't like leave here without like
Haley
some
has, like, an
documentation
external hard
in case
drive.
you never see me again. Yeah, the older girl stayed at this like nicer hotel, which was probably not. It was probably like a Holiday Inn, and we stayed at this like ragtag. Oh, it was the most disgusting hotel in the world. My roommate was from Norway, like zero English. Like we actually ended up being friends, but it was just like the whole experience was hilarious. But
Growing the game.
we're growing the game. Yeah, like
this
one
is
girl like
funny.
couldn't even. There was one player from Kazakhstan. She like could not skate, and like we were doing a video session, And like Joel was like, "This is where you skate backwards, Zana." He's like, "Skate backwards through the neutral zone. You are a defenseman." So that was us growing the
She's just
game.
learning.
Oh,
It was great. Yeah, I had a good
that was
time.
good.
that is a cool concept.
So hopefully they're still doing that.
So we've been talking a lot about the areas that we'd like to see change in women's hockey. And I guess my question for us and hopefully for our listeners is, how do you guys think we can grow the game and put women's hockey in a better position to succeed?
In my opinion, like us personally,
Yeah.
And listeners.
Listeners, anybody, what can we do to...
yeah. I mean, I think for like us who, you know, especially you guys still playing, like the role models is like always being involved like in your community, because that's how people kind of get started playing hockey. You know, any clinic, camp, obviously like getting involved and meeting new people, meeting new like young athletes in our positions. I think that's the way, like from the grassroots up, is to really grow the game long term, getting more people involved. I think for listeners, it's just honestly like just listen, really. You know, some people just like jump to conclusions and are like, well, this is how, you know, well, whatever they want to say, like their sport sucks. You know, it's like just like listen. That's
a lot
something.
of people are quick to comment.
Exactly. Like, and that's
got
something
some
honestly
keyboard
I'm
warriors out
working on
there.
personally, is just like listening to someone before I just have my own opinion. So I don't want to be hypocritical, but like just like have a listen, you know, before you really think about something. Like put yourself in someone else's shoes. I'm not saying like we're this, you know, we're really struggling, but you know, it's like obviously a thought-provoking conversation. So listen and think. It's simple in my opinion, but
Yeah, I think if we're able to get more like eyeballs and people in the stands, like part of that is us promoting and marketing our game. But if we're able to get lots of younger, new faces, fans in the seats and talking about women's hockey, like there's not really much you can combat there.
yeah.
And I don't think there's one solution. I think like it's for everybody. Just like do like a little bit of your part, like you said, listen, and then sometimes like even for myself, I don't necessarily know what's going on in other sports, and
Yeah,
we'll see
that's
these
true.
issues like, you know, so it's like read up on it, educate yourself, and then like do a little bit, like whether it's, you know, you go to one game or you tell like your friend about it, whatever it is, just something little. And if everybody like in society is like doing something little and trying to like improve and be better, like it's just gonna continue to grow from there.
And honestly, I think like us making ourselves accessible to people, like you said, like getting out and like showing up at clinics, maybe hosting our own hockey camps. Like I know you have yours in Minnesota that you do, and I have one back home. But I think that's really important, and it actually gets a lot of younger hockey players interested in the game, and it's just a lot of fun for them to be able to see and skate with their role models.
Yeah.
Retweet.
Retweet.
Retweet.